Go right across the sacrum, this big triangle over here, and then it makes another spine. My recommendation is maybe sit, take the roller under your legs, and then when you lay down, you bridge up and slide the roller under you. Some people sit on it and fall back. That's not necessarily the best option. If you're trying to hit your head, not ideal, right? So we lift up, the roller goes across. You feel the body support of the sacrum here. The glutes are mainly in front of the roller. And then let's pull both knees into your chest. Hold the roller steady with your hands because I want to escape forward. And then we'll let the knees sway over to the right and turn your head to look left. Exhale, pull the right hip bone up. And then you continue lifting the right hip bone across your body to bring the knees over to the left and turn your head to look away. Then you're going to press into the roller with your hands. Pull the left hip up and let the knees swing to your right. Get a little massage here across the glutes. Exhale and move again. You want to work the oblique abdominals and also get a nice stretch in the low back and a massage into the glutes here. So you're going from one side to the other. Follow your breath. You can inhale for one direction and exhale for the other. And while you turn your head side to side, you get a little release in the neck muscles. This will feel great for the upper back because of that rotation. All right, we're going to end after going to the left. You'll pull the hips back to center, look up at the ceiling, and extend the legs high. Now, a scissor split. The right leg will go back towards your chest, the left leg reaches forward and down. Soft point for your feet. And then we switch the legs and switch again. Again, just breathe as you go. Your toes are soft, not gripping. Picture air flowing through the toes here as you move. And when the leg comes back, then we stretch into the back of the thigh. Those are your hamstrings. When the leg goes forward, try to bring it low enough to feel a stretch across the hip. We'll bring both legs up to the top. And then externally rotate heels together, toes open, a narrow V between the feet. And now pull the legs apart sideways as you inhale. Exhale, pull the legs together from the upper inner thigh and from the pelvic floor. So the legs open to the side, they draw an arc down from the high point and center to a lower point at your side. And then they come back up the rainbow, connect at the top. So just trace that down and out, and then lift to pull it up. That's good. You keep the legs as vertical as you can. If you need to bend your knees a little bit to bring the legs up that high, that vertical, you do that. If the legs are too low, your back will arch and that might not feel good in your back. This though should feel great. So we close and now we alternate. The left leg is vertical, the right leg goes sideways, out and down. Hold your hips level on the roller, exhale and drag the right leg up till it connects to the left. Heels touch, the right leg is stable, the left leg slides out and over. The right side of your body works to try to get heavier. You exhale to pull the leg up, lift it here. And again, left leg vertical, right leg to the side. Exhale and lift, pull the leg up. And let's do this again. Left leg moves sideways, draws an arc in the air. Exhale and pull it up. Move slowly enough that you feel the warmth. And now we'll bring the legs parallel. From here, bicycle. So you can pull the right leg forward and low. Point the foot, slide the toes across the mat, pull the leg in, and the other one extends up and out. So legs are parallel here. Remember to try to take the shin back over your shoulder, and you reach the leg out and down. Ideally, where toes will slide across the mat once they land on the mat to sort of scuff the floor on the way back. It's more about the hip opening as you reach forward and less about moving the leg back over your head, over your chest. And then we'll pause and reverse when you're ready. So back pedal, Bring your toes down to the mat, slide it forward, skate the foot up off the ground, and kick it back over your shoulder, at least over your chest. We're stretching the legs. They may have been sitting for too long today, and they're grateful to feel like they can open behind the knee. Just one more breath with this. And then we lift both legs up. Exhale, bend the knees and lower the feet down. You lift your hips up and spin the roller underneath you. So when you land, you're on a different spot. And then we'll slide the right leg forward. And if it's too much arch in your spine, you may want to adjust the roller, or you can pull the left knee in towards your body, pull it in tight. That will give you a little more rounded low back and will ease the arch that you may incur when the leg stretches forward. If not, don't worry about it. The other knee can be bent and the foot to the ground. And if it feels great, take the right arm back behind you to open up the shoulder here and open up the whole right side of your body. So right leg forward, right arm back. And just breathe here. Every inhale to lengthen, every exhale to melt towards the ground with the back of your body. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And one more breath like this. We'll bring the arm forward, pull the leg back in, and now extend the left. If the leg doesn't go straight, if you need a little bend in the knee to make the stretch more palatable, just do that. Just feel the stretch here from the hip bone. Press down towards your rib cage, down towards your knee. The whole area is opening up for you. You can, of course, also do this like on a yoga block. And one of the advantages of that would be that you could turn the yoga block to gradually take the height of your hips a little higher as you continue to open up through your hips. And then we'll bring the left arm back. Again, you can adjust the knee how you need to. Keep the left leg forward, left arm goes back by your ear. We're doing this to open the chest as well as the hip. Unfortunately, a lot of us end up sort of crumpled forward, collapse forward, and our body really is often desperate for this kind of stretching to open up that front line. We can bring the arm forward, bring the foot back in, and lift the hips up, slide the roller out from underneath, and then lower the spine. All right, we're going to pull the right knee into your chest. You breathe it in, lift the left foot up to the ceiling, lift your head, look at your belly, and roll forward and up. We're moving into a roll down. If this is pretty new for you, you may want to use their badge around your feet. I'll demo one like that. If you're used to doing the roll up and you don't want to use it, just go ahead and start as you normally would. So the band goes around both feet. You stretch the legs forward, choke up on the band a little bit so you have some tension here. As you sit vertically, you might need to bend your knees. If your back is rounded at all, sit right up on your sits bones to begin. And then we look straight ahead, sink back behind your sits bones towards the sacrum. You're rolling across your glutes. You can reach the heels forward as you slowly pull the spine down. I'm lifting my arms so you can see my spine. So as the tail rises here through the legs, you're coming down to the sacrum, to the waist, to the ribs, to the shoulder blades, the top of the shoulders, the head rests on the ground. And then coming up, nodding your head forward, look down your nose into your chest, into your sternum, pull the elbows wide, put your tension on the strap, pull yourself forward, your head leaves the way, your spine curves in an arc over the legs, you dive your head down low, feel that stretch in your low back and the back of your legs. And then you can stack your spine all the way up, and we'll do it again. So without the band, the hands might start forward, and shoulders are relaxed, heart high. Look down, round your tail up, sink your waist back. Curve your spine. So you're trying to round the part of your back that normally curves in towards the navel and imprint your spine down 1 inch per vertebra after the next. Come slowly down, You want to control your descent so you're not falling into the ground, but you're like slowing the fall down so you implant every inch of your body into the mat in sequence. Then we lift the arms, weight in the shoulder blades, lift the head, neck, and chest. Exhale to pick up the ribs, suck the waist back immediately, try to bend your spine and not just pull from the hip flexors. And we're diving over, the waist being pulled back as someone has their arms around your waistline. You're trying to go forward, they're trying to pull back. That way you get a bigger stretch here across the low back. And your head hangs down here. Now we can stack the spine bottom to top, like you lift your back up against a wall, sit up tall, and we'll do it again. As you advance, the arms go higher. If you need more assistance, the arms are low. So pick your spot and adjust it as you go. You might start with the arms high, and then as you start to get further and further away from your feet, you might need to lower the arms a bit. Higher would be more work. You're going to feel more load into your core. Just be sure you don't accelerate with the position of the arm that you choose. Come all the way down, yawn your body open, and then we'll lift again. Coming up with the arms, weight in the shoulder blades, lift the head, bend through your neck. The shoulder blades come around the front of your body, so you shrug a little bit forward. It's not shoulders by your ears. They're just moving forward, following the hands. That allows your ribs to bend behind you as you curve and dive over your legs. Suck the belly back. This is if you're rounding over a ball here, like a beach ball on your lap. And then we'll stack the spine again. Like that ball is rolling up the front of your chest and it's now under your chin. We're going to look down one more time and roll back slowly. Curve your way all the way down. This is looking really good. You press the legs together and reach them forward. Having the legs together gives you a little bit more connection to your inner thigh into the lowest abdominal wall. Once you're down, yawn the body open without overarching the spine. You keep the ribs grounded, and we lift one last time. So arms forward, lift the head and chest, exhale. Try to slow it down. Avoid using momentum to lift. It's all about your core. You want to feel the movement here from the abdominal wall, and then stretch the spine over your legs. Bend the knees if you need a better stretch into your low back and hamstrings. And then we'll stack the spine coming all the way up. Yeah, these look great. Good job. So next we're going back into hundreds. We're going to roll back just to the tip of the blades. So your body will be like an upper curl on the mat. And then the arms will be on our side pumping to really energize the body and get the blood flowing through our whole system. So we can start with the knees bent or the legs straight. Extend the arms forward. And then start to roll back again. We're going to roll back and pause when you get to the place where you feel the tip of your blades on the ground. So you're going to go down to the base of the ribs a little bit further. Hold yourself there. If you need a little bit more assistance, bring your hands behind your head and pull your head up and elbows forward and down. If necessary, you can rest your head on the ball. You can also rest your head down on the mat at any time. Pull the legs into tabletop and squeeze them together. The arms go forward, legs into the fingertips, and we pump. Inhaling, 5 beats. Exhaling, 5 more. You want to really work here through those upper abs, bending right below the chest to feel the work into the upper abdominals. Now the weight of the legs is going to determine how hard you work the low abs. When you first start, this could be a lot of work, but as you start to get stronger, you can extend the legs up. You can also start to lower the legs out and down. Try to keep the tail slightly lifted and the waist pressing into the ground, so you're not arching the back and putting too much load on the low back, the low part of the spine. You breathe in completely and watch the belly expand. Breathe out completely and watch it sink. Press the legs together, right leg into left and left into right for a moment. Where the legs are. If you've miscalculated and you're starting to tire, you just pull the legs back in. It's all good. You want to be high here, coming up with the head and looking down your nose into the abs. Never look up at your feet, never look up at your knees, look down into your belly. We'll do one more breath. And then you can fold everything in. Hug the knees to your chest, lay your head back. And then lower your feet down, open the arms out to the side. We'll rock the knees to one side, turn your head away, and then to the other side. Look away from the knees. Getting a diagonal stretch into the abs and also into your back. You might even feel it across your hip if you're a little tight there. And then we'll come back to center. We want to have the TheraBand for the single leg circle. So we're going to place that around your right foot. It's on the ball of the foot in the arch, centering the band on the foot there. And then we'll roll back again. And once we're down, we'll lift the leg up towards the ceiling, get a stretch in the back of the leg. The elbows slide forward towards your hips so your neck stays long. And you want to feel the weight equal across your glutes here. The pelvic girdle is pressing into the floor. Let's do a couple of point flexes. So you reach up at the ball of the foot into a Barbie doll foot. If you're wearing a high heel, and then the toes reach forward to the ceiling. Curl the toes back and then lift the heel. So you articulate through the foot. When the heel is up, drop down through that glute, down through that sits bone, and feel an increased stretch. So we're going to inhale the point, roll through the foot, and then curl back through it as you flex and exhale. We'll do one more. We'll articulate here with control. It's best if the band is wide across the foot and not like a narrow strap, because you'll get more feedback and it won't cut into your foot so much. Yeah, that's a good way to adjust it. Perfect. And then now here with the soft point, we're beginner circles. So goal is to keep the pelvis grounded and stretch the legs. So the right hip is down, we internally rotate the right leg, and we bring the right leg across the body to your left. Hip stays down on the right, the leg circles down low. Out to the side, the elbows press into the ground. You pull the leg wide to the right and lift it up to the ceiling, get a stretch at the back of your legs, wherever that is for you. And then we pull it over. And then start your exhale and continue exhaling all the way around, out to the side, and up to the sky. When the leg is vertical, the toe points back over your shoulder. We're going to rotate the leg internally, so the toe and the knees point out and down towards the corner of the room, and then you go down. There again, the leg is vertical, rotate externally, the knee and the toes point out and away from you as you bring the leg up high. So we start with a deep breath in as we start the circle, and then exhale once you're a quarter of the distance around. You exhale all the way around, exhaling, 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 exhaling to the top, and then you're grateful for the next breath in, and exhale and push the leg long into the strap, lengthen the strap, and pull back with the arms. Ideally, the wrist stays straight so you're not encroaching on your carpal tunnel area, and we'll do one last circle. The hip is down as you pull the leg across the body. Try not to lift off, and then bring it around. The left hip is grounded as the right leg moves to the right. Come to the top, we pause, get a nice little stretch in the back of your leg here with the leg vertical. And now let's reverse. Externally rotate, the heel points in, the toe points out. The leg moves out to the right, and then you push it forward and well. Let's give it across the other leg, internally rotate here. And then you're going to bring the leg up, bring it back to a neutral position at the top of the movement. Left side is grounded, don't let it lift. Leg moves to the right, and then as the leg sweeps around, you anticipate the right hip has to sink into the ground before you pull the leg over to the left, and then you just feel the weight of your body more balanced as you come to this top. Reach again. Try to have a slightly bigger circle with every repetition, but don't give up that balance of weight through both hips onto the mat. I can see some hips lifting. That's not ideal, right? Because I want to really have you stretch the inner thigh when the leg goes out to the side. The outer thigh as the leg pulls across, but press it down. Even if it restricts the size of the circle, keeping the pelvis grounded is the most important thing here. We're trying to strengthen the core by working the leg against that stability. There we go, much better, good. All the way around and up to the top. All right, so now we take the edge of the bed in the right hand, actually rotate and bring the leg out to the side. The leg goes out to the side, the elbow is grounded, the left hip is steady and heavy on the ground. You can take your left hand onto the hip bone press and push it down. If it's lifted, like you accidentally got there or weren't thinking about it, that's fine. Just pull the hip down by lifting the leg up, get the hip down again, and then pull the leg away. That way you get maximum stretch and also maximum work in your obliques. So we rock the leg a little bit towards your shoulder. The left hip still pressing into the ground under you. Use the hand to assist. And then we'll exhale to lift the leg up to the sky. Switch hands. The left hand now holds the strap. The right arm can extend. Now we take the leg across and spiral the hip off the mat. Just be sure your right shoulder blade stays grounded. It sinks into the floor. You reach long with the foot away from it. The hip is up so that maybe your pelvis is now parallel to the wall. Your chest and shoulders are parallel to the ceiling. Now rotate the leg internally and then pull it towards your left shoulder. Bend the knee if it's too much stretch, or just ease out of the stretch. Okay, and now we pull the hip down in order to lift the leg up. So let's work from the core and not from the edges of the body here. Lift the leg up and give it another little tug in, increase the stretch in the back of your leg, and then fold the knee in, the band comes off. You hug the leg in tight and reach out long through the center of the other leg, energy pouring out of the center of the foot. And then we'll release that right leg forward, shake out those legs, and let them just relax. So that you can notice differences in length, weight, connection to the ground, and it's just sort of general energy and mood, right? Because our body, different parts of the body have different moods at different times. You can feel like your left side is impatient and a little stiff and annoyed. The right side is very relaxed and happy. And then pulling it in. Let's do something about that left leg. So the band goes wide on the ball of the foot and the arch, you lift the leg up. You stretch the right leg down. And as you bring the leg up, maybe bend the knee slightly so you get the best stretch possible in the center of the muscle in the middle of the back of the thigh, as opposed to overstraining the back of the knee. It's okay to stretch it, but you want to be sure it's a healthy stretch. If you pay attention, your body will tell you if that's true or not. All right, so we point the foot and then we flex, roll through the whole foot. So reach the ball of the foot, then curl the toes up and over the band, pull the toes back, and then flex at the ankle to bring the whole foot down towards the ground. So ball the foot with the toes roll back, then you roll through the ankle here. You're pulling the elbows forward towards your hip bones so that the neck is long and beautiful here as you lay on the mat. Really, we're most interested in taking the stress out of the neck, the tension out of the neck. It will improve your day considerably. Now, self point. And we circle. Remember, the left hip is grounded. Don't let it rise. The leg goes over only as far as you keep the bones down on the left side of the pelvic girdle, and then circle around. All the way around, bring it out to the side and up to the ceiling. So left hip is down as the left leg goes right. As it circles, right hip stays grounded as the leg sweeps out to your left. There we go. Very good. So you breathe in, you're drawing a circle like a clock face. You breathe in for the first 3 hours and exhale for the rest of them. So you're exhaling, you have to pay the air out a little bit at a time from the bottom of your lungs. Reach and stretch and keep the stretch going by lengthening the foot out into the band and pushing the band to its furthest length possible. You're going to lengthen the muscles as you strengthen them, and you're also going to open the space in the joints. This is good. Exhale, exhale to the very top and then do it again. Notice where you feel the stretches, but also where you feel the work. Do it again. This should take all of your attention so you really focus on what you're doing with every minute of your Pilates workout. We'll do one more circle here. Reach a little further. Every time you can create more length as you open up the joint, as you find the stretch and length inherent in your leg. Now, here we're going in the reverse. Exhale, rotate. The left leg moves to the left. The right hip has to work down. Keep it heavy, keep it loaded, keep it nailed to the ground in your mind. Pull it across and then bring it on up. So we stretch away. The heavier the other side is, the more reach you can find. Take that short, deep inhale and then exhale. Let the air slip out of your mouth into the air above you, emptying the lungs to their capacity. There's always a reserve, but we want to pull out as much air as we can. All the way around, spiral the leg in the socket. And let's reach again. For the weight of your skull, the neck is relaxed. It's like floating between the skull and the torso. We're going to lift the leg up to the ceiling here. And then we're switching. So we have one hand, the left hand holds the double strap. The elbow is down for support. You're gonna hold the right hip grounded. Even rotate your body a little to the right. So you have an active movement away from the movement of your leg. And then you bring the leg out to the side and you rock the leg gently, slow and smooth and small range of motion, just to stretch the upper inner thigh just a little bit more. Exhale to pull the leg up to the ceiling, draw an arc in the air, switch hands at the top of the movement. And then you extend the left arm, look out over the fingertips, palm up. And as the leg comes over, allow your hip to spiral so that your shoulder blade is down on the left, but the left hip is up in the air. And the leg is reaching as far as possible across the room. At that point, you'll rotate the leg internally, pointing the toes and the knee to the floor. And then pull the leg a little closer to your right shoulder. Bend the knee if it's too uncomfortable, or go back a little bit. You want to be sure this feels great in your back. Exhale, we roll down, right shoulder, waist, left glute to lift the leg up. Give it another little pull, give it a little more stretch in the back line. And then you can fold the knee into your chest, the band comes off to the side. Hug the knee tight after finding all that length, that stretch. You want to have a little compression for the joint. And then we'll release that leg forward. Take out the legs. And you have a longer, more relaxed, happier leg. And then we can pull that left knee into your chest. You can brace it in. If you have a knee issue, the hand goes onto the back of the thigh on the hamstring. Let's lift the right leg up. Otherwise, the hand can be on the shin. And then we lift the head, look down your core, push the legs forward to roll up with control. Good. And here, rolling like a ball. You can take the ball between your thighs and squeeze it in. We're having the edges of your feet together, the elbows wide and hands to your shins. Is traditional modification for the first time to try it. Very helpful to have the hands onto the upper thigh. So we'll curl the tail up and pull the waist back, elbows wide and forward. So it's like you're inside a ball, you're looking down into your navel. As you rock back onto your sacrum or on the belly of the glute, we're going to lift the feet and hold that pose for a second. All right, now here, just a mini roll. We're just going to curl the tail up and go back slightly. Sucking the waist into the curve of the spine, and then exhale, keep the shape and rock forward a fraction. So you're going to really push the shins out into your hands, push the hands back into the shins, firm up the arms, firm up your abs, and we roll just a little bit here. The tail rises to shift your weight back, and then you exhale, you dive the head forward a little bit to move here, so you're back right behind your sits bones. One more. This mini rolling like a ball is a good prep and it helps stretch open your back. You feel it? And then forward. Now you're free. You're going to roll all the way back to the shoulder blades. Just keep your gaze down so you don't roll onto your neck. So we roll back with enough energy that you hit the tip of the blades, use your breath, exhale and roll forward. Be sure you have enough cushioning under you. If you only have like one pad, you might want another one. You okay? Okay. So we roll. What are the goals? You try to roll in a straight line on the middle of the mat so that you end up rolling straight back here. It's like you're rolling down the middle of the road on the dotted line. You come back up and you should be right back where you started. If you are, that shows that you're working your right and left side equally, because we want to have balance, tone, and work in our muscles throughout the whole system. So we roll back. Never let the neck touch. Never let the head touch. Hair can touch the ground. That's fine. Right? Probably will. And we'll do one more. Press the edges of the legs together. Feel the connection, hand to leg, leg to hand, and come up. Feel good? That's great. So you can put the ball aside, and we're rolling back into the ab series. Starting with the single leg stretch. Right hand goes to the right ankle, right here on the shin. Left hand on the shin below the right knee. So both hands are on the same leg. We're going to pull that knee in, curl the tail up, push the leg up into the hand. That helps you delay your descent. The leg can rise as you come to that best upper up curl. Elbows wide, pull your head up, and don't look at your knee, look down at your navel. Inhale, we switch the leg. So as the right leg goes forward, the left one pulls in, outside hand, left hand to the ankle, and switch. Right hand to right ankle, Pull the leg in tight, left hand to left ankle, pull it in tight. The legs shoot in and out in parallel. They each follow the same track. It's a soft point through the foot, so you're not over pointing the foot and cramping it. You want to reach out through the center of the soles of the feet. And then pull yourself up a little higher every time you pull the knee into your body. Try to rest here on the tip of your blades. If it doesn't work for you yet, I have a suggestion. We'll pull the legs in and lay your head down. So if you're stiff in your upper back and it's hard for you to lift up a little higher, a nice way to practice getting there is to hold on to the end of your mat. But just be sure your head is below the edge, maybe a couple of inches. You can have your knees bent, be grounded, pull the elbows up, holding the mat like so, right? And then what you can do, you can lift the head, you can lift the shoulders and pull the elbows down and in. That will help you come up to a deeper upright curl. And then you can bring it back down. You're using this kind of like a scoop to help you scoop your own abs, right? So that would be a nice way to practice. Another good way to practice a better upright curl. Let's roll up again. And then we're going to roll back to your best upright curl. So you can even start with your hands to the back of your thighs. Lift up, roll back just like we did in the roll up earlier. We're going to curl back, we're going to curl back. The tail rises, you imprint down through your waist. Get to the base of the rib cage. Maybe stay there. See if you can release the hands and hold yourself there for the upright curl. So it'll be a little higher than maybe you would be normally. And then hands to the thighs. Lift your head, exhale, press the hands into the leg, pull yourself up to rise. Everyone felt that? Even if you're good at the upright curl, it still worked for us, right? So let's do it again one more time. So we look down, the tail rises, we curve the spine into a C shape, and then we start unrolling, like someone took a rolling pin to the front of your body. We're going down, 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 don't fall, work it down, come to the base of your ribs. Now pull the shoulders in a little bit. You're softening the collarbone, the sternum drops towards your spine. And now we're lifting the head, exhale, and come up. See if you can work equally through the two sides of the body. Don't favor your stronger side. Good. One more. Yep. Sit tall. And now look down around your back. Stretch it out. We're rolling this here. Like there's dials at the side of your body. Go down. Put one dial, another dial. Come down. Stop at the base of your ribs. Lift your head, lift into your core. Pull up, try to suck your waist back into the spinal curve. And then you can come up. Great. All right, now for the second in the ab series, as if we hadn't been doing that all along, right? So for the second one, it's a double leg stretch, both knees into your chest. You'll take the arms up, the legs up, and then you circle the arms wide to hug the knees in. So let's roll back to your upper ab curl here. Look down at your midline, come all the way down. Try to hold it there with the upper abs, pull the knees into your chest, hands to your shins, pull the knees in tight, elbows wide and up. Now inhale, arms and legs lift to the sky, circle the arms as you fold the knees into your body, embrace your legs, and reach. If you need to lay your head down, rest it, that's fine, but periodically try to at least do one starting from above. Or if you're starting from a sitting position to go into the upper curl. If you know it's not right for your neck, of course, lay your head down and just do a smaller range of motion with your arms and your legs. We're doing one last one if you want it. We're in and then rest. Turn your head easy. And now here, we're doing scissors. We did one earlier with our hips on the roller. This one is more difficult because you're in the upper curl. So let's pull the right knee into your chest, hold onto the back of the thigh, lift the leg up, pull the left leg in to meet it and extend that leg too. One hand to each side, pull the elbows wide, come to your upper curl and lift into your abs. If you want some support, you can take the ball under your head or under your upper back. Now here, reach both hands high on the right leg, as high as you can towards the ankle. The left leg goes forward and down. Look down your nose at your abs. Inhale, we switch the legs. As one goes forward and down, the other rises up and in. And we switch. There'll be a moment in time when your hands are free. Try not to look up at your foot as it lifts. Try to look down at your foot as it lowers. You pull the leg in, get a stretch to the back of the leg, bend the knee as necessary to feel a healthy stretch in the hamstring. And you're pulling your torso up and forward every time you connect to that leg. We're going to do one last one. Take an inhale for one leg to move, take an exhale for the other. Bring your hands behind your head, both legs up, fold your knees, lay yourself down. Okay, let's take the feet apart to the width of your mat. Knees a little wide, open the arms to the side, let both knees fall to the right. So you get an internal rotation through one leg and external through the other. And then swing both knees over to the left, look away. Everyone, you turn your head, releasing some of the work through the front line of your neck. Let's get a little rotation in there too. We'll end with the knees going left and the gaze going right, and then come back to center. We're going to roll up one more time to do one more of the ab series. So one knee in, one leg up, upright curl, push yourself forward, go up here. Okay, so the double leg lower lift is one that you have to be careful of because the weight of your legs equals 1/3 of your total body weight. The legs are connected to your lumbar vertebra, the low back vertebra, and your discs by a really strong muscle called the psoas. However, it might not be that strong if you haven't been working it, carefully, not even thinking about it, right? So when you have both, we're going to lay down, upright curl, both legs in the air. We're going to release the legs slightly forward, just a little bit, and then pull them up. Do it slowly so you can feel that work, because as the legs go away, the back's going to want to arch. You have to use the strength in your abs to hold the back steady, right? If you take the legs too far out, the back will arch, and then the low back, it's not that healthy for it, right? We don't want to tug too much on the vertebra. Our bodies are strong, our bodies are resilient, but if you're careless with it, you can injure it instead of help it. So I just want you to go very slow and feel the work, feel the weight of the legs, and then feel the effort it requires to pull it back up. So pay attention to yourself. Don't look at anyone else doing it. We don't care how far their legs go. I'm only going to move my feet maybe an inch and a half, right? So that's all we need to do for today. So anyway, so we're going to roll back. This is where you start making it small steps, eventually bigger movements. But you have to be sure that you're safe and you can feel when you're safe and when you're not. So we keep the head up, pull the knees in, bring your hands behind your head. Pull the neck long as you tuck your chin into your chest. Squeeze the legs together and lift them up to the ceiling. You may already feel the weight of your legs in your low abs, yeah? So as you slide the feet a little bit forward, feel the increasing load into the abdominal wall. If you take them forward until you feel that really start to almost quiver. Yes, and then exhale, squeeze the legs and pull the legs up, super slow. Bend your knees, if you need to bring the legs vertical, right? And then we press the legs out and away. The upright curl is helpful because it helps press the waist down. If your head is down, your legs will not go as far out away from vertical. Now you do have the option, you could hold yourself up with your abs and then use your hands to the weight to support the weight of your legs, but that's going to be harder on your neck, right? So it's a choice. So we're going to reach the legs out and down until you feel the abs super engaged. Then you lengthen, exhale, and pull the legs up and in. Everyone feel the work? Pull the knees in and roll up. Yeah? Because I want you to be respectful of that exercise. People can end up with herniated discs if they just let the legs drop and lift them all the way down. Most people are not strong enough to do that. You train to do it. This is the training to get it there, but it's incremental load to get incremental building of your strength, right? So I just am always like, pay attention. This is one that if you don't pay attention and you're too exuberant, you'll pay for it later, right? But doing it correctly is the best thing for you. It's like one of those things, yeah, if I do it just enough, it's fabulous. If I do it too much, not so good. If I really go outside the lines, it's really not a good thing. So that's why we do it. It's part of the Pilates core series. but I just want you to understand that there are risks and you have to pay attention when you're doing your exercising. Because if you're not aware of what it can do, for better or for worse, you're not going to make good choices. Anyway, so that was great. So here we're sitting upright. If you know your hamstrings are tight, please sit up on a yoga block or two. And the way you tell if it's right or not, if you can sit upright on your sits bones and the hand goes back behind you, you feel like an indentation in your waist, that's great. Do that with the knees bent if you need to. If you can straighten the legs, that shows you've got more length in the back line of your legs as well. And then we're going to extend the arms forward like a sleepwalker. Lightly press down through the arms, lift up through your halo, wide chest, look down, and the head reaches out, over and down. Curve your waist back as you pull the head forward and over, round your spine. So like we do at the end of your roll down that we did earlier in the session. Press down with your legs and stack your spine coming up. The shoulders settle down your back as the chest lifts. Look down again, chin to chest, reach out to the back of the skull. You're exhaling over, 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 over. Waist pulls back here. Press down into your legs, articulate up. Come up high. Nice. One more. Exhale all the way over and down. You move the head, the neck, the upper back, the mid back, the low back. You pull the waist back. The tail rises here. And then swing the tail back. Try to sit right up on your sits bones as you rise. We'll go over one last time to stay there. And then we'll pull the knees in for some balance work here. Open leg balance. So pull the legs in. And you probably want to sit near the front third of your mat. Because if we roll, this is a rolling exercise after this first intro. So you hold on to, you might for the first time hold behind your thighs. Easier. As you advance, the hands come through the legs and wrap around the top of your shins. So we're going to curl the tail up, pull the waist back, and lift the feet off the ground. Find your balance point, shoulders relax. Now, we'll extend the right leg up, towards straight as far as you can go. Hold that balance, and then we fold it back in. So this is asymmetrical load, and you have to maintain your balance point. Left leg goes up and out. You can roll the hand to the outer part of the calf, and then roll the hand to that. It's on the top of the shin as you pull it back in. Right leg up here, shoulders melt down your back. Right, they're not picking up the legs, right? And then pull it back. They just think they should help. And then we lift the legs again. Coming up. Good work. And then bring it back down. Both legs. They both go up. Hands roll to the outside of the calf probably. Hold that balance. Now this is partly where we go when we do a teaser exercise. So you can close the legs, bend the knees slightly if you need to, release the hands up. You want a rounded spine so that you're balanced here on your sacrum. Good job. Hands back to the legs. Fold the knees. Let's do this again. So the legs go up. The hands rotate a little to the outside of the leg. Supported here. Legs apart. They should be narrow, just the width of your shoulders. That's good. And now, if you were going into a teaser, you would close the legs. Release your hands. What you don't want is to arch your back, so you're really trying to imagine like there's a bowling ball here on your abs, sucking your waistline back. Hold the legs, open, fold them back in. Okay, great. As we progress through this class, we're going to learn how to go up into that position from laying flat on your back and then back down again. But it's done incrementally. You'll be always strong enough to do the work. I promise. So here we go. So now we're getting ready to roll. So we lift the tail, you suck your waist back, you round your spine, you lift your feet. The legs go up, you can bring your hands to the calves, to the thighs, whatever works for you. And then we look into the abs, we're going to roll. You lift the tail up, roll only to your shoulder blades, hips in the air, exhale forward, find your balance. Again, it's not easy, particularly the first one. Let's do it again. So lift the tail, roll back, hips in the air, head up the mat, exhale forward. It's a question of how much effort you're using to roll in each direction, right? If I do too much, I slam my head on the ground going back. If I do too much coming forward, I slam my feet on the ground coming up. So you get used to it gradually, right? You look down, you lift, forward, exhale, hold. Nice. Good. And Pilates wanted us to all to do rolling exercises because of the massage for the spine, because that when you work both sides equally, you then get back to like a more uniform body, your alignment's better, you have equal strength and flexibility on both sides. And also, you really need a deep breath, a deep exhale to come up and have control. So it helps your breathing just generally to do these rolling exercises also. So that's why they're scattered throughout the whole program. Okay, so from there, we'll lay on your back and use your TheraBand for corkscrew. So with this one, earlier we did the one leg circles, right? Where the goal was to keep hips grounded when we move the legs. In this exercise, we're laying on our back, both legs are up, and we're circling the legs and still keeping the pelvis grounded. So we can lay on back, do your roll back, fold the knees in, place the band on both feet, and then you lift the legs up to the ceiling, elbows are grounded, feet are high. Stop point with the feet is good. Now feel the weight of your butt. If your butt isn't all the way down onto your sacrum, bend your knees a little bit. Still have the legs lifted, but you try to have your hips grounded. Now from here, we're circling a small circle. In fact, just take the legs a little bit over to the right and feel how you have to put more weight into the left hip to keep the pelvis down without tipping. Exhale, come back to center. And now let's let the legs sway over to the left. Feel the increasing load in the right side as you try to push the right hip down. Yeah, so we're not rocking the pelvis, we're trying to hold it steady and just move the legs on a slight diagonal away from that grounded opposite glute. If you feel that work, you're gonna end up working the obliques as the legs get further out to the side. One more to the left, right hip heavier. And exhale, come back to center. Now we're drawing small circles in the air. So you bring the legs slightly over to the right, forward and around to the left. Complete back up and to the right. Let the weight of your legs drop the hips down into the mat. And then we reverse. Inhale, going over to the left, circle around to the right. Then you're going to feel a weight shift around your sacrum, around those SI joints as you do this. So the legs are high, bend the knees as you need to. Circle here. You're trying to have the feet right over the pelvic floor, right over the tailbone. Going left to right, exhale. Arms help support and tighten up on the strap, so the strap gives you enough support to do this movement. Eventually it's done without the straps. We're going to end going from left to right. And hopefully you're enjoying that little bit of pressure around the sacrum, around the SI joints. It gives you a little release into that low back. Put the band to the side as you pull the legs in. And we're coming up to sitting for soft. Again, if you were sitting on yoga blocks before, I recommend it here. And the legs are open wider than your mat. You sit perched on your sits bones, arms out to the side and slightly in front of your chest. This is a rotational exercise. You get more out of it if you're a little more elevated, if you're fighting to come out of this, right? So twist to your right, bring the back of the left hand along the outside of the calf. And as you slide down, try to bring your left ear towards the right knee and the right arm reaches up and back on the diagonal behind you. Palm to the sky, fingers lengthen away from the front of the body. Keep the rotation as you stack your spine coming up and then unwind the body. We twist to the left now. You look down and back towards your back hand. You're going to slide the right arm down the outside of your left leg. Put a little extra weight in the right glute. Yes, and then pull your chest around by pressing back into the front leg and reaching behind you. See how you can use your arms to help you spiral open. Yeah, that's good. And then we come upright. So look behind you, lift your shoulders up over your pelvis, and then unwind. And we go again to the side, over to the right. You can lower your head, rotate through the neck, as well as through the upper back, the mid back, the low back. The back arm reaches and pull the front arm forward as much as you can. So let's stretch from one set of fingertips to the other. You can even take that right shoulder up, try to pull that shoulder blade back and towards the left one. So it's moving cross the spine to the other side of the body, and come upright, unwind, and then here to the left. Over you go. If you feel like you're stuck and you are like in irons, you can't move, you could bend your knees a little bit to get more rotation and diagonal stretch of the body. Come upright here, center, and then we'll lower the arms. Good. And now here, squat. So I think in this class, I did the standing version of the upper back extension. Yeah, we're going to review that and then do one using the roller. So let's come on up to stand. This guy's asleep. Okay, so from the side, I'll stand this way. You want to think about elongating, you can stand the other way. You know, so you can see, right? So we're starting with the hands here, above the pubic bone, below the navel, and you're pushing in with the flesh, right? So to bend backwards, what we do not want to do is push the hips forward and throw them back. It is a backward movement, but it's like crunching in the low back and the neck. So what we're trying to do instead here is we're going to go up, 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 lift the flesh, lift the ribs, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back down and in, and the elbows behind you, heart high. So the body is basically vertical, and then it has a waterfall effect over the area right by the scapula. And then you'll come on out of it. Right. Let's build it from the bottom up. So you start press your hands into the flesh here, and you're going to push the flesh up. So imagine you could like stick your finger in the navel, don't do it. But imagine that the navel's being pulled up like a quarter of an inch. As you come to the rib cage, flip the palms up, the thumbs out. And you're going to lift the first set of ribs, the second set of ribs, the next one, the next one, the next one. Feel the bony bumps in you. Right, pick up the bra line, pick up the chest, feel the stretch in the abs. And again, your belly has not gone forward. You're just lifting, you're starting to waterfall backwards. Hands slide to the sternum, go up the sternum to the collarbones. The hands slide along the collarbones to the shoulders. At that point, you pull the elbows back down and in. You can lift the heart a little higher, look up at the sky, and only take the head back as far as you're comfortable with your neck. Exhale, and you zip it from the bottom up to come back to neutral. Right? Let the arms fall. See how lifted and elongated you feel in the front of your body? This is really different from this. Yeah? So we're doing it one more time. So hands here at the low belly. Push in, pull up. We're going to lift this. We're going to lift the ribs. We're going to lift the chest. We're going to lift the heart. We're going to lift the sternum. As we start up to the collarbones. Fingers slide along the collarbones. That's going to put the shoulders in a really good position for you then to pull the elbows and the shoulder blades behind your back together and down. The blades sliding towards your tail. You're waterfalling backwards here. And then you exhale to ease out of it like so. Good. All right. So here, we'll take the roller down on the floor and the edge of your mat across the mat. We're having to one more thing here, using the hands to the mat. So when you do Pilates, we call them swans, you know, these upper back extensions. In yoga, of course, they're called cobras. But one of the things you want to think about is how your connection of your hand to the mat helps pull your chest forward and up, right? Like that feeling that we just had standing, much harder to do when you're laying on the ground and gravity's pulling the whole structure into the floor, right? But you can use your arms, you can use your hands, you can use the force of your movement, the direction of the movement to pull part of the body back and part of the body forward. So if you start here, like you can just start with your hands by the armpits, the elbows up, palms flat on the ground. So if you pull the hands back and you feel that the torso wants to move forward, right? And by pulling it back, I mean that you're not moving your hands, you're just trying to push the mat down and towards your heels. And you feel that your body wants to go forward and scoop. Yeah. Now as you do that again, notice what happens to your back. So as you pull back with the elbows, the heart goes forward, the shoulder blades slide back and in, and then you start to get a feeling of lift with your upper back muscles, right? And then push the mat away from you, and you'll feel your back lengthen and the abs engage. Just do that again. So push the floor towards your feet. The chest goes forward and up. The back picks you up. Good. And then push the mat forward, and you can feel the mid back, the upper back start to lengthen as the abs engage and connect. So that's important because when you're lifting into extension, you don't want to just push down into the floor and then yank your body up because you're straightening the arms. That's how you crunch your back. You know, the unofficial term for not working it correctly. So here we're going to use the roller to do sort of the same thing. So as you take the arms across the roller's between your elbows and your wrists. Your ears are between your arms. You're going to widen the collarbones and pull the blades down your back to propel yourself forward and up. You can come up a little higher. Remember, lift your eyes, lift your chest, lift your heart, stretch the abs. The pubic bone is pressing firmly into the ground. That's your starting point, and you feel the stretch in your skin as well as your muscles. And then release your abs down, zip your body into the mat, and as you lower, the back lengthens and the arms move forward, the roller moves forward. So we're going to widen the collarbones, pull the blades down your back and in towards your tail. You're pulling the blades back down and into your triceps and your lats to propel your chest forward and up, eyes up. Even if you don't go very high, let your eyes go up towards your hairline. And that'll help you lift a little bit more. And then you exhale and release. We'll do that one more time. If it's uncomfortable in the shoulders, try taking the arms a little wider. If it feels good, we're going to do it one more time. So pull the head forward, the chest forward. You scoop the air with the back of your head, the back of your neck, the upper shoulders, and you push down into the arms and back into the arms to get that lift, and then you release it out a little bit at a time. Like someone was ironing you back down onto the floor. Okay, put your hands by your side. Sit back into your child's pose and wrap your back head in hand. And hands here to the ground. Stack your spine bottom to the top. Did you all feel that? Did it feel good?
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of emphasis on just like creating the shape that you see on Instagram, right? But what you need to know is like how you build it in your own body so that your body stays safe, so it's prepared for it. And truthfully, like extension, some bodies love it, some bodies don't. They prefer flexion, that's fine. But we all need some of it. And if we're continually slumped, right? Like if you're sitting, you're rounded like this, all this gets short, and then it's going to be much harder for you to go into extension. So we want to start thinking about how we can work both shapes in the body so that our bodies are more balanced. Okay, so that was the workout for today. That was the lecture for today. I hope it was helpful. If you have questions, please let me help you if I can. And I look forward to seeing you all in class again. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.